What I love about shooting portraits is it's a chance to really capture and express somebody's personality. Sometimes it's really how they're feeling that day, or we sometimes have a chance to show something that a writer can't express visually. I'm Brian Smith, Sony Artisan of Imagery, and I shoot portraits. I think one of the keys to portrait photography is really making a connection with your subject. And when I shoot people from all walks of life, from homeless to billionaires, and it's really finding some common ground that you guys can talk about and relax them and get them thinking about something they're interested in. I think it's inevitable that sometimes whatever you're going to do, if you're a creative person, you're basically going to get photographer's block. You know, just like a writer, you're not sure what to do. And I think one of the things you can do is take a moment and pause. You know, go off, collect your thoughts, think about what's important, try to come up with another location. Sometimes it's all, ask the subject, we have one more place that I want to shoot, let me take a look at it. And that's me going like, what am I going to do? I also think sometimes it's boil it down and be simpler. Like if you're trying to come up with a really big concept and nothing is working, you know, or your great concept is falling apart because the subject doesn't want to do it. Sometimes just, you know, starting off with a headshot and talking to your subject, and sometimes something they'll say will trigger something in me. A lot of times it's like, I'm just really looking for the most interesting location that we can shoot. And you know, when you start shooting there, a lot of times the subject's personality will come out. You know, like a good interview, take cues from what they're talking about, and sometimes your ideas come out of that. One of the great things about having a background in reportage is that even when you're directing something, you need to pay a lot of attention to who's in front of your lens and what they're doing, and sometimes being agile or nimble enough that, you know, if you had one thing in mind and suddenly they do something that it's like, oh, that's great, let's do some more of that. Just like a great interviewer knows they may have their questions ready in advance, but when something comes up, you don't just jump on to the next question, you follow up on that. And I think it's the same way with a photographer. The perfect scenario is if you're comfortable in both roles of both directing a subject as well as being responsive to what they're doing. Your goal as a portrait photographer in any case is to create that image that stops the viewer. You know, you want that thing that sort of arrests the eye, and you know, think of great paintings through history, the thing that there's added layers of depth to. Sometimes even if it's just a headshot, sometimes it's all about the expression in the face, where if I have the viewer like wonders what they were thinking about, or to me the greatest compliment is if the subject was like, wow, you really captured me. Anything that will reveal something about the person is a great way to do a very strong portrait.